But the New Wave project was to involve more than a new product design. It would be a machine made in a different way. Reductions in water and energy consumption would be essential, but the design would also have to be compatible with new manufacturing processes.
When we came up with the concept of the New Wave machine, it wasn't just a matter of bringing out a complete new product. We also looked at the processes we use within the Merthyr Tydfil facility. So if you like, we weren't just looking at our external customers' requirements, we were also looking at our internal customers' requirements as well. This was the original paint plant. As you can see, it's no longer in use. The previous model, every cabinet was painted through this facility. With the advent of pre-coat material, we no longer have to use it, so all the environmental and process problems associated with the paint plant are now behind us and now history. The original design was a sheet metal fabrication. All these protrusions would have been additional brackets that had to be formed and then subsequently welded on. Going to the moulded tub has given us the advantage that we can incorporate this sump area as well for the water. In addition to that, we've now got an integral backplate, which again would have been a separate component.
By moulding in a sump for the heating element, a smaller gap could be designed between the tub and the inner drum. This significantly reduced the amount of water needed to fill the machine compared to Ecologic. The new processes and the new product were inextricably tied together.
We couldn't have carried out the process improvements on the previous model, mainly because it was designed for a painted shell and a metal outer tub. It needed a complete redesign.
Engineering sketches identified key components of the new design. These sketches helped Hoover to address some important manufacturing issues.
While the New Wave design was being developed, certain decisions had to be made within manufacturing. The one that comes to mind is how we're actually going to make this cabinet. Once a decision was made to go to pre-coated steel, we had to decide how we're going to join the panels together. There were various options open to us. We could either clear a local area and spot weld as we had done before. We could screw the thing together, we could rivet the thing. What we actually decided upon was a method called toggle lock, which is actually a mechanical clinch that forces one material into the other and squeezes it. One aspect of the new process is the manufacture of the cabinet. Originally we made it from a flat form that was folded to make a three-sided cabinet, and it then went through various operations such as forming, welding, and then subsequently it was painted. If we were to follow the cabinet through its process, it would have taken us 2 hours to go from a metal blank to a painted cabinet. Now we actually receive the blanks already painted from our suppliers, so we're dealing with a pre-painted blank. Again, if we followed the process now, it would take us 5 minutes from receipt of the material to having a fully formed cabinet. We have seen environmental advantages with this new project, both internally and externally. Internally, a lot of the processes that gave us problems have been eliminated, such as vitreous enamel, spot welding, the paint plant, and obviously there's external advantages as well. We have a policy of continuous improvement, so designs don't stand still. We get feedback from our customers, and our customer can be either marketing, our service department, or in fact the end user, and we respond to those comments. The processes we've installed have given us the flexibility to incorporate other ranges as well. We have a model called the Soft Wave, which is a lower price model. The main difference between Soft Wave and New Wave is that Soft Wave has an electromechanical timer, which means some of the benefits of the electronic controller are not available, such as the spin bursts, but some of the other features of the eco-wash system, such as the spray paddles and the front fill, are common across both machines.
This is where the inner drum meets the outer tub. You can see here the minimal gap between the two components. The paddles have been added at this stage as well. Also, we have various other components like the concrete weight, the motor, the piping, the brackets and various others. At this stage of the process, the kits are common between soft wave and new wave. It's only when they get to the assembly hall and other components are added that it becomes a particular model.
We invested a total of £15 million for the introduction of the new wave range of products. The main criteria for the selection of equipment for this range was flexibility. We needed to ensure that the processes we were installing could cope with any future changes within the market. We didn't envisage having to invest this sort of money too often.
Have you heard the news that's going round? Hoover have gone and found the washing machine that means the end of wash day.
Wash day? Just forget